friends, I'm Cynthia and welcome to my channel Feeling Better Every Day, where I share with you yoga and fitness videos, healthy recipes, and self-care tips to keep you feeling stronger every day. Today's yoga practice is called Balance Refresh, and it's for you if you love the idea of working on your balance skills and improving them, or even if you feel like you've lost a little bit of balance ability and want to improve that. I planned this practice for any level of yoga practitioner, so let's get started. We'll begin our practice in tabletop pose or all fours. Now place your palms directly under your shoulders and your knees directly under your hips. Bring your spine to a nice neutral position. And on your next inhale, let's curve the chest forward, look up. Exhale, tuck your chin, round your back up. 2 more times. Inhale, curve forward. Exhale, round up. Inhale, curve forward. And exhale, round up. We'll come back to that nice neutral spine, and we'll take the left toes to the back of the mat. Reach forward with your right hand, and then lift the left leg. Now you can keep your gaze right down on your mat. And we'll lower down. We'll change sides. Left hand, right toes, lift the right leg, and set it down. And now we'll sort of warm up our balance skills here by changing to right to left on our breath. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale. Inhale, change sides. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, right and left. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. We'll come back to that neutral spine. Take a nice big breath in, and exhale, turn to look at your right hip. Inhale forward. Exhale, left hip. Inhale. And again. Exhale, right. Inhale. Exhale, left. Inhale. And we'll turn the toes down and back, and we'll find a downward facing dog. Walking out, pressing one heel and then the other. And then walk your feet forward about halfway. Bring your big toes together and lift the heels, lower your hips all the way down to your heels. Still warming up our balance skills here. Let's walk the hands in toward your toes, bringing them on the outsides of your feet and sit up really nice and tall. Take some nice breaths. And then maybe bring your hands to your heart and breathe. Notice that your body is making all the micro adjustments to maintain the balance another breath. Inhale. Exhale. Lower your hands down. Walk your hands out and let's find downward facing dog again. From your downward facing dog, walk the feet forward, taking as many steps as you like to the top of the mat. Plant your feet so your feet are parallel. And take an inhale, lengthen your spine and reach up about halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees and take a big inhale and reach all the way up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, plant the hands. Inhale to plank pose. Exhale as you shift forward and lower all the way down. Inhale, reach up. Cobra pose. Exhale down. And turn the toes down to the mat. Push up for plank. And downward facing dog. Walk to the top of the mat. Plant your feet. Inhale and exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and stretch all the way up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands. Step back to plank pose. This time when you lower, you can lower halfway and stop if you like. Shift your weight forward, lower down, push up, cobra, or upward facing dog, and then downward facing dog. And now walk to the top of the mat, plant your feet, bend the knees, and we'll roll all the way up to stand. Stand up nice and tall. Belly button in, shoulders back, heart forward, long collarbones. Now shift your weight over to your left leg. Take the weight out of the right leg, and then simple balance here. Let's lift the right knee. We're looking for 90-degree angles, perhaps at the ankle, knee, and hip. Find something to stare at. It's called a drishti, and it helps in balancing. Again, notice your ankle and your leg are micro-adjusting so you can hold the balance. Nice long breaths. And we'll set this right foot down. Same thing, other side. Shift the weight over to the right foot. Take the weight out of the left foot. And then when you're ready, lift the left knee. Find those 90-degree angles. Standing up nice and tall. Find your drishti. And hold the balance. Breathing deeply. Allow your body to make those adjustments to maintain the balance. And then we'll set this left foot down. Stand up nice and tall. Shift the weight over to the left foot. Lift the right. Breathe. And keeping your hands right at your heart, let's tip forward and extend this right foot back towards the back of your mat. Hover and hold just for a moment. Then bend the left leg and step back. Spin that heel down. And we'll lift up. Open out for warrior two. Make whatever adjustments you need to here so that you've got a lot of space between your feet. Arms are parallel to your mat. Inhale and exhale, hands all the way to the mat. Spin that right heel up and step back for plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga, all the way or halfway. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Now walk to the top of the mat. Plant your feet. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, take a big inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Shift the weight over to the right foot. Lift the left knee. Standing up nice and tall, pull your belly button in. Inhale. And exhale. Keeping your hands at your heart, we'll tip forward. Extend the left leg straight back. Hover and hold. And then step way on back to the back of the mat. Lift up and out for warrior two. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Spin that left heel up and step back for plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look towards the top of the mat and walk up. Plant the feet, bend the knees, roll all the way up. Take a big inhale and exhale, hands to your heart. So let's do that again, and we'll hold that hover and hold warrior three a little bit longer this time. Inhale and exhale. Shift the weight over to the left foot, lift the right knee, hold. Tip forward, extend the right leg back, hover, and hold. Your left leg is nice and strong and straight. Now bend the left knee and step way back. Open out, warrior two. Inhale and exhale as you straighten the left leg, reach forward so your hips kind of bump out to the back a little bit, and then take this left hand down either to your shin or to your fingertips or palm down, and we'll lift this right hand up, bringing your shoulder and your rib cage centered over the left thigh. And maybe you look up at the right hand. The balance is always challenged a bit by looking up. If you feel like you need a little more grounding, look down at your mat. You'll immediately feel more balanced. This is called Trikonasana or triangle pose. Inhale, and then exhale. Both hands to the mat, bend the left knee, step back for plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra, and downward facing dog. walk to the top of the mat. Plant your feet, bend the knees, roll all the way up, reach and stretch. Exhale, hands to your heart. Shift the weight over to the right foot, lift the left knee. Tip forward, extend the left leg back, hover and hold 3 breaths. Nice, straight and strong right leg. Now bend your right leg and step way back to the back of the mat. Inhale, open up, warrior 2. Sometimes we bobble and fall a little bit when we're balancing, right? It's okay, we all do it. Inhale, exhale, straighten the right leg, reach forward, let the hips bump to the back, and lower the right hand to the shin or to the mat. Reach that left hand up and bring your shoulder and rib cage centered over the right thigh. Looking down at the mat for less of a balance challenge. Looking up for a little bit more of a balance challenge. Lower the left hand, bend the right knee, step back for plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Let's walk to the center of the mat. Plant your feet, bend your knees, and roll all the way up, bringing your hands to your heart. So let's try tree pose. Let's shift the weight over to the left foot. Bring the right toes to touch the mat with the sole of the right foot against the left ankle. Stand up really nice and tall so you can stay right here and work your balance. If you'd like to, you can slide your foot up onto your calf, not the inside of your knee, your calf. Again, we're standing up nice and tall, your knee is open. We'll work the balance here. And then if you like, you can bring this foot to the inside of the left thigh, press the thigh against the foot and the foot against the thigh. Stand up nice and tall. We don't let this left hip bump out. We're pulling it in and standing up nice and tall here. Find your balance, your drishti, and breathe. Let's try one more breath. We'll lower the right foot. All right, let's try that on the other side. Plant your feet. Shift your weight over to the right. Lift the left sole of the foot and place it inside the right ankle. Open the left knee out. You can leave the left toes down on the mat here. And then whatever you do, we stand up really nice and tall, and we don't let this right hip bump out, but we're pulling it in and up. Find your balance. Work right here, or slide your foot up onto your calf. Again, avoiding the inside of the knee. Micro adjusting, maintaining balance. Sometimes we're a little wobbly. And then if you like, you can bring the left sole of the foot inside the right thigh, pressing the two together and pulling this right hip in. Standing up tall, bring your hands to your heart. Let's try 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Let's try 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We did it. Let's lower that left foot. Take an inhale, reach up, and exhale, fold forward. Let's plant the fingertips, bring the big toes together. And just like we did earlier, let's lift the heels, bend the knees, and lower the hips down to the heels. Walk your hands in beside your hips. Stand up really nice and tall, or sit up really nice and tall. Bring one hand and then the other to your heart. Find your balance, and let's breathe. Find your drishti. Focus in. Nice long breaths. Two more nice long breath cycles. One more, inhale. And exhale, lower your hands. One more balance challenge. This is called crow pose. This is an arm balance. So we'll be working on transferring our weight over onto our hands. Let's plant the hands out with some space between the hands and the toes. Plant the hands about shoulder width apart. And then open your knees enough so that your knees can touch your triceps. Once you're there, you want to push the knees up as high on the triceps as you possibly can. From here, we'll lift the hips up high. Shift the weight forward, shifting your weight onto your hands. Now maybe you work right here, or maybe you look forward, shift your gaze forward, and float your feet. And breathe. We'll lower the feet back down. We'll come back to that toe balance. Nice and slow. And then lower your hands. Walk your hands back so you can sit all the way down on your mat. Let's extend the legs straight out. Sit up nice and tall. Roll the shoulders down and back. Plant your hands right beside your hips. Dandasana, sometimes called staff pose. It looks simple, but it's not so simple. Once we start to hold this for a few breaths, we notice that it really takes a lot of back strength to hold ourselves up really nice and tall this way. Take some breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, release and fold forward. So you can bend your knees a little bit here if you like, or you can have your legs straight, whichever works for you and your hamstrings. Tuck your chin, roll back up. Bring the soles of the feet together. Hold around your toes. Inhale. And exhale, fold forward. Tuck your chin and roll back up. Bring your knees together. Hold behind the knees and roll back all the way onto your back. We'll extend one leg and then the other. Let your arms fall out to the side. Tuck your shoulder blades under. And take about 3 or 4 minutes right here. Find a place of thankfulness and gratitude for your balance skills, for your progress, for the health and the strength that you have.